Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's the beginning of the month. You know what we do the beginning of every month? Biker news. Let's get into it. If you don't know who I am, if you're new to the channel, I own a motorcycle shop. I've owned a custom motorcycle shop for more than 20 years, 22, 23 years. We started off in Los Angeles. We moved our shop to Daytona Beach. I own Sinister City motorcycles. Let's just get into some news. The first thing I want to talk about is a new line of apparel that I thought was interesting, worth promoting. It's a good cause, and it's something that maybe I would buy. This is by Indian, the Indian motorcycle company, you know, good alternative to Harley. And they're trying to get more and more into apparel. Harley has been huge on apparel. You know, Harley Davidson makes more money on apparel than they do on motorcycles. They're really a t-shirt shop that sells motorcycles. But let's just get into this real quick. I'm just going to scroll through, and they have a couple different designs. Some of it you may like, some of it you might not. Now, the first one is the model. These are military people as models. So this is Ellen McCarthy. She is or was a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Marine Corps. And this is the hoodie. It's kind of got the olive drab green, and I assume they make them in men's also. I dig it. Looks good on a woman. Doesn't say the price. Here is Steve Needles, MN, SD, National Guard, Army Reserves. Steve looks like a guy that I would know. It's kind of got the camouflage kind of vibe to it. This t-shirt. This is the Honoring Heroes Collection, 2022 Veterans Apparel put out by Indian. Here's a guy, Nick Etzel, Sergeant, U.S. Army. And he's got, there's a big photo. Let's see if I can scroll down here. He's got a hat, and you can see his hoodie. They don't really show a full picture of it, but it's kind of got the camouflage on the shoulders, and the rest is green. Dallas Thompson, Iowa National Guard. Couple of cool Indian shirts with the kind of military stamp logo on the back. And then here goes just another picture of a kind of just a long sleeve shirt with the stamp on the back of the company logo, company name. And that's it. So I dig that stuff. You know, I know that's not most exciting for you, but this will give you some excitement. This is a very exciting video. And let's hope that we don't get banned or in trouble for showing you this, because this is a little bit shocking. I'll give you the backdrop for the story first, but then I'll show you the video. So this happened recently. A guy on a motorcycle in, where is this? Arkansas. Driving around at night, cops wanted to pull him over. He's on a sport bike. They couldn't see his license plate. A lot of guys on sport bikes hide their license plates, whatever. It's hard to find a good place to mount those things. Who knows if he was doing it intentionally or if it was just a customization that he thought he could get away with. But either way, he decided not to stop. Cops were trying to pull him over. He said, "I am not stopping." So he punched it, and they get into a high-speed chase all through town. The speeds get up to about 100 miles an hour or so. But then this guy pulls back into a neighborhood, and the cops got him cornered. So he jumps off the bike, ditches the bike, and runs. And I don't want to spoil it because it's really exciting, but let's start the video and show you what happens. Can you see? Look, that's the front of the cop car. They got the camera on. And in a minute here, see, now you see the cop running after the guy, and he bursts into flames. The cops tased him. That's what you're looking at. The cops chased the guy down, they tased him, and see, there he stands up, he's running around. Stop, drop, and roll, dude, stop, drop, and roll. He's all right. They put him out. Don't worry, he didn't die. The guy survived, he's fine. And he's busted. That motherfucker is busted. Fire Marshal Bill is going to give him a lecture as soon as he gets to the joint. Turns out, the reason why he exploded like that, because he had a backpack on full of fucking gasoline. He had a couple gallons of gas in his backpack. Is that some sort of Arkansas thing? I mean, you could put a gas can and bungee it onto the back seat of your bike. That's an option, I'm just saying. The last story, I gotta lace you guys up with what's going on in the 1% world. Every time we do biker news, I tell you about the 1%ers. This time we're gonna talk about the pagans because they're in the news this time. I don't cherry pick anybody, I just pick who's ever in the news. Pagans motorcycle gang leader Derek Tuna McGuire pleads case, will spend a decade behind bars. Now, you see the headline. I'm not calling them a motorcycle gang. That's the headline. You guys get all bitchy when I call these clubs gangs. The leader of the Pagans outlaw motorcycle gang. This is in Providence, Rhode Island. Admitted Thursday to conspiring with fellow members to trafficking drugs and firearms and received 10 years behind bars. Now, I've talked about this before in other videos. I have a real problem when a gang leader or even a gang member admits, when they plead out, when they plead guilty in order to get lesser time. He admitted in a RICO case to conspiring with fellow members of trafficking drugs and firearms. I mean, when you admit that stuff, I know his motivation. He's a young guy and he wants to get less time. He got 10 years, he probably could have gotten way more. Maybe could have gotten life, who knows? And he did whatever he could. Some of you guys are thinking, well, damn right. We're not talking about some privateer, some cowboy. We're talking about a gang leader. The leader of an organization that's been around for 50, 60 years. How long has the Pagans been around? It'll be around much longer than this one individual. It's not about you. It's about the organization. So if you're involved in an organization and you got the RICO Act against you, if you plead guilty to conspiring with fellow members and trafficking drugs and firearms, if you plead guilty to that shit, and you say, yeah, we did this, then it makes you basically a fucking snitch. You're building the case against your own organization for the club. The RICO Act wants to build a case against the Pagans and other clubs to turn them into the mafia and to make it seem like that the president is calling shots and telling people to commit crimes. And when you admit to this shit, it makes them think, well, this is exactly right. So I have a problem with that. I'm sorry, Derek, but I would have to give you a lecture. This guy's only 38 years old. He doesn't know any better. He probably has kids and he's just thinking about his own future. I don't blame him, but I do. He's from North Smithfield. He pleads no contest. 9 charges. He had 200 against him, so he pleaded down to 9 involving drugs, firearms, stolen goods, in exchange for a dismissal of dozens and dozens of other counts. Okay, so he's gonna have to pay $80,000 in restitution, forfeit 6 cars. It says that the charges include possession of 1 ounce up to 1 kilo of cocaine. Now, what is it? Is it an ounce or a kilo? Because it's a big fucking difference. Kilo is 2.2 pounds, right? An ounce, it's just a little sandwich bag with a little bit of coke in it. They got him on all kinds of stuff. He's going to receive a little bit of credit for serving time. He's been in the joint since 2018. There were massive raids on all the Pagans in that region. The only tidbit that I'll leave you with this, which I thought was funny, is it says that he has a rocket launcher, or they confiscated a rocket launcher when they raided his house. Rocket launcher. I don't know how you get one of those. They don't have those up at the gun store. This has been Biker News. Thanks for watching.